Hello team! In this short video we're going to walk you through how to get into Workday, and the way that we're going to do it is through the Employee Hub. On the STEM or Math Learning Center website, click on the Employee Hub. If you're already logged into Canvas, you'll go right in. If you're not yet logged into Canvas, you might have to log into Canvas before you can access. So hi everyone, my name is Scott Falstrom, and I'm the Faculty Director of the STEM and Math Learning Center. And walking you through the Employee Hub, which is where you'll go every day you work, you'll see some quick announcements at the top, and as well as some quick links to get you to the places you need to go. This will help you to get there very quickly at the beginning of each shift. The lower three items are items that you might not use quite as frequently. For example, training is mostly done at the beginning of the term, but there may be some training done additionally throughout the term. If you're out on a particular day and cannot make it to work, use the middle tab, and if you're requesting a day off in the future, click the little button on the far right hand side. So as you scroll down, there are a few additional pieces. For example, if there are available shifts to be worked, you can see that, as well as a ability to apply for an available shift. Just fill out the quick little form. There's a few other links at the bottom that are there just for your reference. As you start your shift each day, you'll be clicking on each one of the top three icons. The first one is to log into SARS. SARS is where we track student interactions, and that's also where you'll find your work schedule. Workday, the middle one, is where you enter the time that you work each day. You'll submit it once a week, and you'll also open up your work email, and that you should check every day you work, or once a week if you don't have very many shifts. So let's click on the Workday icon. Now notice, if you haven't logged into Workday, or if you're not logged in, you will have to authenticate using the 2FA system. Usually that is with Duo Mobile. So again, make sure that you log in with your Surf ID and password. Now, sometimes, if you're already logged in, it may not require you to log in again or to authenticate. So just be aware you might need to have your phone handy if you do need to. Let's take a look at Workday. So a couple pieces to be aware of. What you'll notice on the left are any announcements from the district, and on the right are what are called worklets. And so there's a pay worklet, there's a time worklet, and there's a few others that you may use. I probably have more of these than most of you just because of my position. So again, let's take a look at a few options here. I'm going to go ahead and click on the time worklet. Again, we have separate videos to enter your time, so click on the time worklet and then enter your time on the particular day corresponding to the hours that you worked. Now there is one other piece I want to show you about the time worklet. When you click on it, on the right hand side, you can view your time off balances. And the reason this is helpful is it can kind of show you how much possible HF or sick leave you might have. Again, HF is used if you or a family member are sick and you have to take care of them. So you accrue this over time. 30 hours of work gives you 1 hour of Healthy Families Leave. Check the Employee Expectation Manual for additional information, and as always, bring any questions to Amy or Scott. Now let's go back to the main page. You see this MiraCosta logo at the top. Anytime you click on it, it does bring you back to the main screen. We've shown you the time worklet. So again, as you're working here, that's probably the one you're going to use most frequently. However, once you start getting paid, you might want to click on the pay worklet as well. And down at the bottom of the pay worklet shows all of your pay slips. Now, MiraCosta College pays at the end of a particular month, but it's not the month that you just finished working. So for example, the pay that you would be getting paid for May would be the work that you did in the month of April. So when you finish April and you submit for that month, payroll will process it and they will pay you at the end of the next month. And we are paid at MiraCosta only one time per month. So as you take a look, you can kind of see all of the pay slips that are there. You can click on each one of them if you'd like. It's also a chance for you to change any withholdings or any other additional information related to taxes. So we've seen the time worklet, we've seen the pay worklet. Up in the top, you'll also see an inbox option, And that's where notices are there for you when you have to do something, and there's a notification option next to it that just provides you with the idea that, hey, something is there for me to read, but I may not have to do anything about it. Let's click on notifications. So for example, some of the notifications that you have, you notice it says I have 30 of them. If I zoom in, looks like an expense report. So I'm being reimbursed, and that's great. I will click the little button here that says mark read, and once I click it, then the number of notifications goes down. So again, you don't have to delete these, you simply click to say I've marked it as read, and your notification number will go down. However, if you have something in your inbox, and let's see here, Rachel's going to demonstrate it here. If you've submitted time and something is incorrect or doesn't match, we will leave a comment for you, and what you to do is go to your inbox, scroll down, and you will see the comment from the timekeeper, who is Amy Powpow. And she'll leave you a note. Hey, your hours didn't match on SARS. Please check your hours on SARS and then resubmit. And so that gives you a chance to go back and say, ooh, I actually have to go change something. And once you make the change, you add a comment, because again, you're resubmitting, and that way we know that you've done what you need to do, and then you can submit. Again, we submit once per week. We don't submit every day, but we enter every day. Under personal information, this is a chance for you to view your contact information, make sure your email address is correct, as well as any emergency contacts. This really needs to be updated and be correct. That way, if there's any problem with your payroll, especially after you leave MiraCosta, we want to make sure that you get paid. And in the past, we've had a few situations where we couldn't get a hold of someone because their information was incorrect. So please make sure you check the personal information area. Okay, those are the main pieces. There is one more piece in the top right. If you click on your picture, or maybe your initials there, you can view your profile. Your profile will show you different jobs that you might hold on campus, including the main job that you have. Now, if you do have multiple jobs on campus, there's a arrow on the left-hand side right under your name, and this little kind of two-way arrow, when you click on it, it shows all of your different positions on campus. Each one of them will have a different number, so make sure you enter your time correctly. For the STEM and MLC, you want to make sure you're not entering time for another location on campus. Okay. Each one has a separate P number, and the P number corresponds to a specific position. And lastly, if you choose My Account under that profile, there are preferences that you have the ability to change. Now this tells you where you're located, so it can help with when you get notifications. But there's a lot of other details about what do I want to be notified about. And so I'm not going to scroll through all of these, there's a lot of them, but you're welcome to look through and change any preferences that you see might be important. So don't forget, with this new program, Workday, if you haven't used it before, we enter our time daily, we submit our time once a week on our last day of the week, at the absolute latest on Sunday, which is when the work week ends. Alright, this should give you a nice overview. Please bring back any questions if you have them, and we'll see you soon. Off you go.